it's time for the train wreck.
We're gonna let y'all go because Jackie's still warm about this thing. And if I let her go first, she hot. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Your thoughts of Ben and Morgan, and for Ben and Morgan.
Morgan is there so she doesn't get fined. That is literally it. She walked in that door. She sat down with her sour face, listened to his letter, and then was like, I ain't read you nothing. Bye.
Okay.
That's what she did.
Okay.
That's the black girl iteration of it.
All right, I got you.
Morgan has a lot of weight on her from something in life. I mean, we obviously know she has daddy issues. I don't know if it's just her daddy or if it's something else, but she has a lot of weight on her from her life, and she's projected a lot of that onto Ben. I know that they said that Ben, on After Party, I think Nate said that Ben tells white lies. But he's like, nothing that should get Morgan so upset or as upset as she gets at him. And it doesn't make sense why she is as upset as she is. Like, you're allowing him to control that much of yourself that you sit there with blood boiling while he's talking about everything. Like, she looks like she wants to cry, she wants to scream. And it's just, she got to let some of that stuff go, because it's okay for you not to work out after Married at First Sight. Like, that's a thing. But to let this control your emotions as hard as she does, it's just like, we just been getting mad week after week after week with her. You can go ahead.
Oh, you done?
Yes.
Okay, so first off, I wanted to start by saying I'm Team Ben.
Okay.
I don't think Ben went into this situation understanding the things that he would have to go through. I don't think he fully. I know he thought, okay, I'm getting married, right? But I don't think he was like all the ins and out of the marriage that he was prepared for. And her pigeonholing, because he was put in a position to where she was like, don't talk to anybody about our situation, but nobody else has the experience that I can talk to about our special situation. So who am I supposed to talk to? First off. Secondly, I have a friend in Justin. Me and Justin have formed this friendship. I understand Justin is going through the same process that I'm going through. Let's talk about this, right? So he talks about his situation with Justin. I totally get that part. When she was like, but you should have just told me that you talked to Justin and what y'all talked about. That's not the point of me talking to Justin about the situation I'm going through,
Like, what do you say to her? Hey, I talked to Justin about how you won't shut up and listen.
Right.
Like, is that what you say to her? Because then she's gonna be like, I do shut up and listen.
Right. It's like, you're not doing it now.
Right. But I agree with you guys, but I did a whole different video. My thing is with Ben. If Ben promised her that he wouldn't go talk to anybody and he wouldn't talk to Justin, I see you shaking your head. He shouldn't have went and talked to anybody. The problem is not that he talked to Justin. The problem is that he told her that he wasn't going to do it. And so I'm like, okay, if you knew you were going to talk to Justin, if you knew you were going to share, you should have never told the woman who already has trust issues, who already let you kind of get you back in good graces. You should have never said that to her. Even though you're a people pleaser, be who you say you are. And she's not worried about you talking to Justin. She's worried the fact that he lied to her repeatedly. That's her biggest issue. You lied to me because you told me you wasn't going to do it.
However, okay, so me, myself personally, if there is something that I cannot commit to that Tommy asks of me, I tell him I will try my best. He knows that means that it's probably not going to happen, but I will tell him that I'm going to try my best.
Right.
So, I don't talk to people. I'm going to try my best.
That's the novice mindset that I was talking about with Ben. He didn't understand like a lot of things.
Right.
when it came to her asking, because the first thing I would say, and her saying, well, don't talk to the people that's in this process with us. Why?
Right.
Thank
Because
you.
you don't want to look bad.
That's the first question I would ask.
Ding, ding, ding.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
She don't want to look bad.
if she don't want to look bad, okay, well, I don't have any. That's where the conversation. I don't have anybody to talk to, because what you're doing, like, because I understand it. Like the first 2-3 weeks, he apologizing from something he did on the honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the first 3 days of them knowing each other, he's apologizing for that. So in order to get past that, who do you talk to? If I talk to you about it, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z, but you're not allowing me to do that. You're not doing that. You're not holding up your end of the bargain. You know, so now now I'm married to a person that doesn't want to talk to me about anything, doesn't want to like help me grow in this marriage, and doesn't want to grow with me, but they're saying they do, and I'm just stuck. So at that point, I'm making a decision based off of what you're doing and not knowing how to work through it. Like, I feel like, yeah, they have access to the experts, but it's different talking to quote unquote a parent versus talking to a sibling, right? So if you look at it in those type of relationships, it's different from him talking to an expert versus talking to one of the other participants, the guys.
You don't have to be politically correct with the participants either,
right?
Because just don't have to. It's like the sibling thing. Like, I can just say your mama's getting on my nerves to my brother, but with my mom, I have to, like, I don't want to say I have to sugarcoat things. I don't have to sugarcoat them with my mom, but I wouldn't say that to my mother versus what I would say to my brother. But I think that it was weird that, according to Alexis, who again
is
needs
the
to
culprit, like, she needs to be quiet.
She needs to worry about herself.
Man,
Like that little girl, worry about yourself.
Man,
like, according to Alexis on After Party, Morgan wanted him to not talk to the people in the process. Okay, I get that. But the people in the process, I don't have to explain to them how Morgan is. They see how Morgan is. The girls have known Morgan longer than I have, maybe differently, but they've known her longer. And I don't have to explain anything. And for me to be able to have a conversation with Justin, it's a vent session. Like, people have vent sessions all the time. Just don't say things that are going to taint the other person's opinion of your spouse so that they still mad when you're not mad anymore.
right?
And I don't know that.
What did Ben say? That's
we
another
still
thing.
don't know.
It's like, what did he say that was so bad?
Justin said nothing.
Justin said nothing. Yeah, Justin said it was nothing. Or whatever it was, Alexis took it and ran back.
Mhm.
And who knows, it might have been like the telephone tree where she heard something and then exaggerated to Morgan. But again, I agree with you guys, MJ and everybody else in the chat saying, yo, it is Alexis, because Alexis is a cause for their first situation. You know, Ben said you wasn't a nurse, right? And so she went back and told that one. So Alexis keeps running back in their relationship, telling them things, which because her and Alexis talk on a regular basis, which Alexis is too involved in their marriage. She is definitely too much.
I'm gonna put some of the blame on Alexis. I'm also gonna, first and foremost, I'm putting the blame on Morgan, because I want to go. I think we need to put it in perspective. I think from the jump, before he even got a chance to go talk to somebody, she told him don't talk to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
She came into it from the beginning like, hey, let's don't talk about us with the other couples. Then that's when he went to talk to Justin about, oh, I thought she was a nurse. She don't have her BSN. Okay, I'm with Artika. For you to get so mad at this man who, again, put it in perspective, you got so mad at him not keeping his promise about talking to Justin, but he said, I talked to Justin because I can't talk to your mean tail.
Yep.
I know I said I wasn't going to talk to him, but when I tried to talk to you, you shut me down. He literally said that. So he said, I went to talk to Justin because it was easier to talk to him because you don't let me get a word in. It was dumb for her to say. All you had to do was say, I had a bad day. So I went and talked to Justin and I said, and give him a play-by-play, give her a play-by-play of the conversation. Who does that? I'm grown. I'm not giving you no rundown of everything I told Justin, because in the end, again, like Artika said, you're trying to control the narrative. Look at what she did in the apartment with the girls.
Breathe.
She made it. She made it.
Breathe. I told y'all when she get rolled on this, she was hot.
I was livid.
Breathe.
And told them, I mean, all the girls was like, oh my God. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? And then the other part we laughed about, you gonna talk about Ben not talking to people, but you literally sat in the apartment and talked about y'all's relationship with the girls. And I know that's not the first time. Right. It's not.
You know,
it's not. So you hold on. You mad at him.
Hold tight, man.
You mad at him for doing, for real, because then this is the thing. Again, she boosted them up. Oh, he probably down there talking to the guys right now. And they was like, let's go see. And you see how the tune changed when they got in that room. And Nate started getting on her, and Miguel started talking through the situation. And Justin said we had to say, all of them was like, especially when Nate was like, I hear what you're saying, Morgan, but I'm looking at Nate, and Nate is calm, cool, and collected. Every time I see you, you mad, sis. I'm sorry, yeah. Nate said every time I see Ben, he's cool, calm, and collected, but you hostile. You came in here mad, you came in here on 10. You always upset. And she had them girls fooled. And Nate was like, nope, not gonna let it, nope. You came in here ready to rip him a new one every time I see you. He's been consistent. You've been the one with these mood swings.
And you know what?
I'm semi-done.
Semi.
Maybe the editing, but what was funny was when she was telling her story, Alexis was sitting over there like, didn't say a word, didn't say anything. Then like, yeah, girl, I know that's right. Or yeah, I know, didn't co-sign anything. But you're the one who told. You're the one who told her. So she's really hearing hearsay from you. And hey, man, look, you know what? What was not funny, what was sad, really broke my heart. Ben owned everything.
Sure did.
When he was finally allowed to talk.
Yeah, when he was finally allowed to talk, he owned everything.
Which along that point, again, she set them girls up. She told them that Ben never apologized. We heard previously Ben said, I apologize to everybody.
He has. We've seen him apologize.
But she lied and told them he never apologized. Okay.
Yeah.
The other part that made me mad, and not just because it's on a TV show, because we do this in real life. Dr. Pepper said, I'm not letting Morgan off the hook. And then she literally let her off the hook. Now, granted, editing and the way producers, I get that. But I don't believe that Dr. Pepper would have read her the riot act and they would not include that. So right. I tend to believe Dr. Pepper didn't read her the riot act, and she should have. She should have. Like y'all said, she came in there with her cup in her hand. Hey, why don't you go first and read your letter? Knowing she probably didn't have, that was just a folded piece of paper. And knowing she was not going to share.
She didn't write anything.
No.
You are absolutely right. And she came in with that rehearse. She just had to sit there long enough for him to get his out so she could say, I showed up for call time.
Yeah, I don't think she ever was going to read anything.
No.
I really don't think she was ever going to. She set that dude up. He keep pouring. He talking about getting stabbed in the heart or getting stabbed in the back. She keeps setting him up and stabbing that dude. And he keeps trying. He keeps trying.
Oh, my favorite part too, when she was like, I took you back, and this is what you do with the clean slate I gave you. I was like, what?
But you know what? We all know how she is.
She sounds crazy.
We all know how she is. Look how she talked to that dude when he was at Alexis and Justin's house. Get up now. Leave the apartment. Get off the phone.
You're doing it now.
dog. She making that dude. She was right. She said, "I'm gonna make you suffer," and that's what
She
she's
had
doing.
too much weight on her, and like she's never going to be able to be in a relationship, let alone a healthy relationship,
Nope.
with all of that, because that's a lot of baggage that she's carrying that she just won't let go about
Mhm.
anything.
Yo, this man lost 7 pounds and got into therapy in a matter of a couple of days.
But
He
you know,
can't
he
eat,
said he
can't
couldn't
sleep.
sleep. He said he couldn't sleep.
That
He
sounds
lost
like a
weight.
song.
She done stressed that joker out, stressed him out. And again, I'll go to what Nate says. Again, we haven't seen these extremes in these personality extremes from Ben that we have seen from you. And the fact, I mean, he comes in there and he just looks pitiful. He looks like the equivalent of Paige. Paige used to look pitiful. Ben looked pitiful. He was sitting on the couch like this. Yeah, I did it. I'm sorry. I was overly judgmental. I was insensitive. Whatever you say, whatever you say.
But can you imagine? Tell me, can y'all imagine a conversation when he goes back and tell his mom that I'm not married anymore?
Man,
And you ain't getting those babies.
man.
I mean, that's what I really think he's thinking about. Like, my mom wanted me to have children. She wanted us to have babies. She went to the wedding. She thought it was gonna work out. And
She still don't look like
but-
I know she like my son, no punk.
then, so when I go to him,
No punk, my son.
when I go to him and
Don't elbow.
don't do that. I'm not co-signing that today. Not here. Not on this. I'm not nope, not
You
co-signing that.
treat my son bad.
Nope.
I'm done.
You done? Not co-signing that. Not today.
I wonder if they can get annulments in California.
I wonder so. I wonder.
I don't know.
'Cause we've only had like two, maybe three annulments through Married at First Sight history. I'm
Mhm.
wondering if they can annul the marriage because
Yeah, they should be able to.
nothing happened that felt marital.
No.
Not
Yeah.
even being friendly.
Oh, we didn't even say that. I'm sorry.
What?
We didn't touch on that real quick. When you talk about married, we didn't touch on the fact that Nate and Stasha consummated. Just let me put that
Oh
out.
yeah, they did.
They
We
did.
forgot about that. But
Look,
anyway.
but we said that, Tom. I think me and you talked about it. There's no way in the world that he had dessert and they ain't finished that off.
Yeah, like that shower scene ain't nowhere in the world. That,
Well,
They was just lying to our faces.
yeah,
They was just lying.
You
basically.
just told me a lie to my face and expected me to believe it.
Like, he hit that thing day 2.
I didn't believe it, but go on with your lies.
Right. Yeah, we knew they did
I
it.
just thought I would say that real
Oh yeah,
quick. But yeah, for Binh and Morgan, ain't nothing going on but the rent. And that ain't hardly going on. That ain't.
Man, it's crazy to see how far Ben fell from getting some.
Right.
Like, and in the time frame that he did, because he was real close on wedding night.
Right.
But at that point, he just walked further and further away.
How you gonna lick and not dip? That is.
That's a spoken word.
That's a speaking word.
That's a
right
word.
there. Look, yep,
That is a word.
that is a word for the day. I can give you all.
Man.
Well, that's my time, guys.
Right.
But nah, he was ready. He was ready to smash, and she was ready to give it to him.
Yeah.
Alessa's messed that man's goodie up, man.
No, but again,
he messed it up.
Morgan messed it up. Like we said, her deep-seated issues. Like me and you had that conversation. We were walking. Like I understand people that have trust issues and people that have an issue with people lying. But God dog, when it throw you off that much that the man said, come on, I use example. Your kids know it's wrong to do something. They gonna lie to you about doing it because they don't want the punishment. Come on, think about it. Why would I tell you I talked to Justin when you told me not to? Because I don't want that fallout. I'd rather just lie and let the chips fall where they may.
But I tell you why I blame
when
Ben.
you that mad about him not lying about going to the store and not coming back, not him lying about I took this money and I said I was going to buy this and I bought that. He lied about talking to somebody
in the process. But you know what? I took it this way. Ben should have known when. Hey, Tommy, I ask you guys, Artika, Tommy, how many times you let somebody burn you?
Once.
Yeah.
Okay. You let them burn you once, right? So Ben should already knew Justin and Alexis burned me. So I'm gonna keep talking to Justin.
I'm gonna stop.
I'm gonna stop.
We
Thank you,
probably
Tommy.
had an agreement with Justin that hey, she asked this didn't happen.
Right.
But Alexis was like, they be talking on speakerphone.
Speakerphone.
Mhm.
And that's my point. Alexis burned you and Justin burned you. I would have had that conversation with Justin and Alexis on a honeymoon like, dog, don't go to my wife and tell her anything I said. If I talk to you and you can't get your wife to keep her mouth closed, bro, we got a problem. I can't talk to you.
I'm talking to you.
Thank you. I'm gonna stop talking to you.
Period.
Well, that's basically what he said on After Party. Justin was like, Ben and I are not as close as we were.
Right. I would expect that.
He should have cut him off the first time.
Right.
No,
I would have, like, because the thing is, you have, like, I tell me and my friend Jay, I talk to Jay a lot, and like he'll tell me things and I'll be like, well, we have this joke. Artika knows this too, you know, because I'm gonna talk to her about it. But it's not gonna go past me and Artika.
But I assume the same thing. Like with you and him, I would assume the same thing with him and Jay.
Right. So it's like, man, like, because those are things you talk about. It's just pillow talk is what they call it, and just around the house talk, just conversation that you're having. And sometimes you be like, man, thank God we ain't going through that, you know, type of deal. But it's like it's a conversation between us. So Justin really should be like Alexis. He should have put her in check the first time,
right?
You know. Because it's like that's between you and I. I get that y'all are friends, but you know, you see, I'm trying to help him out. You know, figure out a way to help her without telling her what you know.
Right.
If y'all are so close in friendship.
And no wonder he cried all the time because he was mad because he messed up that marriage because he kept talking.
Right.
I just looked up the reasons to annul a marriage in California, and they would have to prove either they were forced into the marriage or they were tricked into the marriage. Well, the other one would be they didn't have the mental capacity to marry.
Well, she might be able to get away with that one. She might be able to get away with that one.
That sounds like the same regulations that they had in Maryland when
Mika.
Taylor. No, it was Taylor and Brandon. He tried to annul too, and it was some of those same things, you know, for why they could like he was
Mika and Michael, wasn't that his name?
Yeah.
They were able to get an annulment.
Yeah, they were.
Because he lied on TV. They were like, he's not mentally able.
Yeah. But you know, I agree with Kay. Well,
I was gonna say that real quick.
Ben and Jay, go ahead.
Oh, I don't know which comment you're talking about from Kay Wu, but she said the same thing I said too when Morgan was like, he betrayed me. My whole thing was, y'all came in this, y'all don't know each other. You don't even know if he's trustworthy. So how am I so let down? For all I know, that's what you might do. So I don't know you again. I'm not trusting somebody I just met that much because I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't trust you to keep my secrets because I don't know if you're a secret keeper.
You know, we've been talking about this for so long. I'm talking about the whole Ben and Morgan situation. I forgot, how did even the BSN situation ever come up in the first place?
Because she confessed to him that on the application, she put she had a BSN and she didn't. She had one class left. And when he heard that, he thought it meant she wasn't a nurse.
Bachelor's. And he assumed the bachelor's was in nursing, but she had an associate's in nursing.
Right.
And then he didn't know that nursing had an associate's.
Right.
So he was like, she not a nurse.
Exactly.
What made you want to tell him that anyway, that you lied on your
application? Because they were sharing. Right. That's the thing that she said. I shared my deep secret. She ain't told that joke or nothing. I shared with you her same excuse for not sharing the letter. She was like, because I shared some things about myself with you, and you went and told everybody that I lied on my application. Girl, that's not deep.
Right. That's, like, I'm not off. They ain't gonna kick you off the show for that. I mean, I'm just saying they ain't make you get none of that money back. Trust
She
me.
is dragging that poor boy, and I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I feel
Man.
so bad.
He looks so sad, don't he?
Don't he?
Oh,
Every
he-
time she came when she came in the room, his whole demeanor just was
It
like,
went.
She
she here.
It went just like this.
The
When she walked in, he was like, "No,
The wicked
no."
witch of the East is here.
yeah, like
God.
a devil walked in the room. He was like, oh, my Lord, why? I mean,
If anybody should have had my back, it should have been my husband. He don't know you.
And
Have
you're not
your
allowing
back
him to
what?
get to know you.
No, at all.
you know,
At all.
and she can't. I mean, you should have his back.
And she hasn't.
She doesn't. I mean, that's what marriage is about. We're having each other's back. We all mess up. We all make mistakes. You forgive him and move on. Could you imagine if dude actually would have cheated? Right? Let's say, I mean, I don't think they're gonna stay married. If there's no way in the world. But I mean, it's how sad it is that he still wants to make the relationship work.
Pretty sad.
But he's a people pleaser.
That is sad.
I'm wondering if he really wants to make the relationship work though, or if he has an Alexis switch that's like, this is what I'm supposed to do for TV.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what it is.
It might be. Yeah.
I think it's not even making a marriage work. It's like, let me get through these 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he is.
It's going to be very difficult for me to have to film scenes with you if you're as angry as you are.
Mm-hmm.
So let's find a place where you're not angry. Because he asked her, I can't remember what scene it was, but he asked her, like, are we even trying to work towards like staying together, or what are we doing? And she was like, I can't answer that question right
Why
now.
wasn't that addressed with Dr. Pepper?
Right.
Like, I don't feel like I feel like Dr. Pepper came in and conceded their whole marriage. Was like, okay, I know you guys are gonna say no. Just write the letters and move on your merry way.
That's what she said.
Pretty
In so
much.
many words. She
You
was
know,
just
but
like,
it's like address those issues that they're working on. Like Pastor Kyle would be like, well, I don't want to just put you out, but you know.
This is why I feel like they need to start. I'm convinced every season we get these participants pushing the envelope. You know what I mean? I think they really need to put in a contract. If we give you a freaking activity, you need to do the activity.
you can't move
You don't
out.
have the option, huh?
You can't move out.
Right. That's what I'm about to say. You don't have the option not to stay there. Every season, somebody do something. I was like, y'all need to put that in the contract. Y'all need to put that in there too.
Zach started that from DC. Zach was the first person to be like, you know what? Do something.
It'd be everything. You don't, so you're in the process, but you don't want to do, every season somebody is picking one. So it shouldn't have been an option. Just like they did that with Christina and Henry. When they were trying to have a conversation, and Christina was like, look, I don't know what you want me to do. And the producer was like, say this, say that. They should have stopped filming right there. Say, you know what? No, you're not walking out this apartment until you do what Dr. Pepper said. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys think the issue matches the consequence?
Nope.
Between Binh and Morgan, like in a marriage, right?
Mm-mm.
Like, does that match what she's given to him?
No.
Nah, that can't. Could you imagine? Think about this. And I'm gonna ask you a question. No, but can you imagine when they had kids? One of her kids lied,
And they're gonna lie.
End of the world.
Woo! Are they?
and they're gonna lie.
Yeah,
You
end
know,
of the world.
they're gonna lie. So could you can't be mad at little Johnny. Well, yeah, you can't be mad at little Johnny for 18 years because he lied.
Because he lied when he was 2.
Because he lied with his 2. You broke your trade. You told me you didn't.
That's peak level line right there too.
Right. Johnny, you told me you didn't eat the cookie. Johnny, you told me you didn't do anything in your diaper, but I smell you. You know, like what are you gonna do? You know, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild,
I absolutely do not feel that the level of her anger. That's why we were saying she's got some very, very, very deep-rooted issues because that's just not good.
You know, somebody brought in here, Jennifer, I want to laugh at you real quick. She's like, man, Ben didn't even get no birthday sex.
Right. He got a cupcake.
He got a cupcake. He didn't get no birthday suck.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Now
birthday.
it's his birthday every year. He gotta be like, well, I got married however many years ago
Yeah.
yesterday.
Right.
I
Yeah.
hope this doesn't ruin his outlook of marriage and everything, because like I just don't feel like he was given a fair shot from the beginning. Even though, like, when he make mistakes, because that's the thing about marriage, you have to be able to forgive a person and forget what a person did and move on,
Mm-hmm.
from it, because at this point you have made the decision to be with this person. And if
Mhm.
the small things is what gets you over the hill, over the top, wait till you get to the big things, because they're coming.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I just hope, and I hope the same for her. I hope she gets the help that she needs, but then also I hope it does not ruin what she looks upon as marriage.
But she's gonna also have to take the advice of her friend, who basically told her she needs to let stuff go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, he's the one that she claims knows her the best, and
Yeah.
he's like, "You need to let stuff go. You really do need to let stuff go."
hmm
Right.
Because
But
it's like she set herself up for him to fail, because don't talk to the people that's going through this situation, but you can talk to other people. But those other people, I wrote in my notes a few weeks ago, their advice is not like, it's kind of like you got to take it with a grain of salt, because they don't know what you're going through.
Yeah,
mhm.
we people who, married in the traditional sense of I knew you and then I got married, automatically are going to be like, I wouldn't deal with this, or you got to let this go. And
Mhm.
that's not something that happens in that type of
Mm-hmm.
environment. So it's just kind of like, you got to figure all of that out. And what better way to figure it out than talking to somebody that's done this before?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
What I was gonna say is, I'm glad you brought up her friend. Yeah, the guy friend she had.
Mm-hmm.
He gave her the good advice. Look at the extreme. The other friend that she talked to, the female one, she was just like, "Oh, I know you wanted to be married. I feel so bad." Her male friend saw right through that. Like, you need to let it go. You need to let your walls down. You got to do something different this time. And I think about it like, pastor always says that, you know when you want to be in your mess, you don't talk to somebody that's going to talk good sense to you. And when they do talk to you, you be like, okay, I hear what you're saying.
Ben should have got drunk and told her that he loved her, just like her other friend did, and it would have been okay.
I fight this whole party for
He
you.
should have got drunk, said, "I'll fight everybody for you," and she'd have been all right. she'd have been good.
somebody said that.
He'll fight everybody for me. Yeah.
That sounds like drunk college Artika.
That sound like drunk timing.
I'd be like, you know what? I love you. And if she say something else to you, I'm a fighter.
Uh-huh.
Right. That's what she said.
That's
Her friend said,
hilarious.
but like I said, I think their marriage is done. I don't think there's any coming back from this.
No,
I think, and it is, man. Ben ain't, nah, bro.
men would be foolish to be
He'd
wanting
be a
to be
sucker.
with her.
I'm about to say the same thing. He'd be a sucker.
I wish he had the nerve enough to be like Chris and say, this is my decision day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or even Morgan with her mean self. I would have even allowed Morgan to say it. This is my decision day. I ain't fooling with him. So we could just be over it.
No, because Morgan wants them checks. Y'all, Artika already said it.
I know.
Morgan ain't going nowhere. Them paychecks are coming in. She got that student loan.
Mm-hmm.
Remember she
I
talked
can
about
sleep at my house. I can get paid a per diem. The dollars and cents align.
Yeah, I go to work, and I'm taking student loan. But man, but it's these couples here. It is. We're 5 weeks in, and it looks like one couple's already doomed, and one couple's doomed. And we got 4 to go, and I don't know. Those four look good right now, except for Justin and Alexis. The other 3 look like they're pretty solid. Justin and Alexis look a little. Depends on how Newton goes. It depends on how their relationship goes. So we'll see how that goes. Tommy Artika, closing thoughts. Your closing thoughts on this past episode of Married at First Sight.
I'll let you close with the thoughts.
My thoughts on this. I will say this. This season does not feel like it's as long as last season, especially.
Mhm.
Like I'm really into it. I'm really interested in the couples, and it's not so much of a, oh, I know they're not gonna be together. I know they're not gonna be together. You know what I'm saying? And then, hopefully, like I'm still surprised or still like on the wave of who's gonna stay together, who's not, and seeing if people are gonna work out. So I think this is a much better season than the last, I want to say last 2 seasons.
Mhm.
Married at First Sight, but I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, go check out our channel. I built a buffet. That video's fire.
Yeah, it's nice. Good music to it. Good
Yeah.
cinematography.
He was working hard on that video.
Yeah, I was. What else? The podcast coming out Wednesday. Check out what else we got. The our review. It's on our channel now, so go check that out. Go subscribe, like, share, comment everywhere. Like this video. Make sure you guys like this video. Subscribe to Talisa Ray's channel.
Tell Talisa Ray happy birthday because
Yes.
it just passed.
Did it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
thought it was in
it's
August.
Virgo season.
She's
She
celebrating
celebrated the
month.
whole Virgo.
So it's not Virgo season no more?
No, it is until the 22nd, I think she said.
Oh, well, tell her happy birthday. Happy,
Chloe, I
happy,
think Chloe,
yeah.
happy birthday. Her birthday is like today or tomorrow. One of those.
Yeah,
Chloe's
Chloe.
is today.
Y'all tell Chloe's happy birthday and go look at her channel, check her channel out, and subscribe, share, and like her stuff. Jack and Glenn, subscribe and like their stuff too. So, yeah.
That's it. I got nothing.
Oh, okay.
Jackie, you got anything?
I give it to you.
You good?
I think I've had
You
enough.
calm now?
No.
You're not calm? You still warm? I'm glad. Look, Morgan needs to get off this show because every time we talk about Morgan and Ben, Jackie get warm and it takes a minute to bring her back down.
It does.
As K. Wu said, Kalita said, hey, you got to make sure she takes a breath. Woosah for a minute.
Right.
Woosah. All right, woosah. But now, once again, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the bell notification on everybody's channel. Thank you guys for coming into the chat, for chopping it up with us and talking about Married at First Sight. I agree with you, Tommy. Last time, I think it's this last season, it seemed like it dragged on. This season, you know what? It's moving at a good pace right now. And we'll see. I'd like to see more experts, but we'll see when Happen comes out.
Oh, yeah, that is something that I didn't say. I am interested to see what role Devon Franklin is going to have because we still haven't seen him yet.
Right. Yeah. Right. Because the Dr. P is going to be on the next one. But yeah, we haven't seen
and Dr. Pia had already been on once too because she did that outdoor activity with them.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to answer a question. I would have signed up for this show a couple years ago. I mean, if I hadn't been married or going on 21 years, I think I would have signed up for Married at First Sight. I think I could do it. I think I could have did it.
At 27 years old, I was not married, and the answer would be no. I was also a person who was like, I'm not doing dating apps because I ain't got time. Like, if I can't meet the person organically, then nah, we not gonna be together.
I couldn't do dating apps. I did try out for the real world, so.
The most that I've done is that Steve Harvey's radio show. I did a blind date for them.
Y'all need to see that video.
Yeah, it's on. Y'all Google, like, you search on YouTube. My name is Steve Harvey Morning Show. You'll find the video of the date. But I didn't even sign myself up for that. Like, my cousin signed me up and then called me and told me, and then the producer called me like the next day.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
I would probably be this age to sign up.
You would be a Mitch.
I'm 35.
That's what I'm saying. But you would be a Mitch, like you would be the old guy doing it.
I don't think that's the old guy doing it. Like Miguel is 36.
Compared to the 27-year-olds, they just haven't found anybody. You would be the old guy.
Nah, if I ain't found nobody by like 32, 33, that's when I'll be like, yeah, I'll
You'd have been Nate
for this. Yeah. But Nate's
34.
Yeah. Right there.
Okay.
I wouldn't have been the old guy.
Sure.
I've been the seasoned guy. Anyway. That's all I got.
Right. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Make sure you check us out again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Enjoy. Have a great week. Enjoy yourself. Hey, Married at First Sight this Wednesday. Gonna be a little bit explosive. It's supposed to be the sex episode, so we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see how that works out. and see if any romance can happen. We know what's gonna happen. Ain't no romance with Ben and Morgan. I tell you that much.
Nah.
None.
Nah.
Zero.
Like them days are over for him.
Them days are over for him.
Grand opening, grand closing.
You guys have a great night. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.
Where you go?